everybody? Alex here from the Football Guys, here to talk about 3 players that you need to be trading for in every single fantasy football league right now. And this is another one of our YouTube short series where we talk about guys that you need to be adding in every single fantasy football league that you are in right now. And there's no better way to start this video than with Kyle Pitts, who I think should be the #1 trade target in all of fantasy football. I get it. He finally just had a bounce back week and he had over 80 yards in the first game where he wasn't playing a really tough defense. We expect better out of him, but I think better things are to come for Kyle Pitts. He had a 40% target share in week 3, and he's still also the only tight end in the last 60 years to hit 1,000 receiving yards as a rookie, and he still has almost zero competition on his team for targets. Yes, Drake London is there, and Drake London is commanding about 30% of the targets so far, but ultimately Kyle Pitts is a generational talent at the tight end position and someone that you're going to want on every single fantasy team. He's only going to get better over the course of the season. We finally saw it in week 3, and I think his targets, his target share, and everything else is only going to go up as the season goes along. I'd be looking for him in every single league. The second guy I want to be targeting is Javonte Williams. Javonte has had 19 plus touches in every single game he has played this season so far, while playing just 56% of the snaps. He's also third among all running backs at 7 targets per game, and he has the second highest target per route run rate among all running backs behind only Breece Hall. So what that means is basically every time that he's running a route, he is seeing a target at a higher rate than any other running back in the NFL besides Breece Hall, which shows that he is a good pass catcher. The biggest problem with Javonte is he's had no touchdown yet. This Broncos offense has not scored a lot of touchdowns, but they still have Russell Wilson, who's still a good quarterback. They have good weapons in Courtland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, Javonte himself, Melvin Gordon. This offense is going to score more touchdowns. More touchdowns will come for Javonte, but I'm buying the guy that is getting over 19 touches a game every single game. I cannot stop buying him as much as people are willing to let me at this point. And the final guy that is a buy high is Chris Olave. Chris Olave has had a 30% plus target share in back-to-back weeks. He is 7th in the NFL in receiving yards, and his 268 receiving yards are the 5th most all-time through a player's first 3 weeks per Dave Kluge of Football Guys. He also has had 150 plus more air yards than any other player in the NFL so far. Chris Olave has been absolutely elite in every sense of the word when he's been on the field so far, and he's still commanding targets at such a high rate while still playing with Michael Thomas and Jarvis Landry. Granted, in the back half of week 3, Landry and Michael Thomas are both out with injuries, but they're still both older players, and Chris Olave was still commanding targets at an elite level. With those guys, without those guys, don't matter, but he's #1 in air yards. This guy's the 5th most receiving yards all time through a player's first 3 games and is 7th in the NFL in receiving yards. He has a super high ADOT of over 18 yards, which means that every time he's getting a target, it's going deep down the field, which is also great for him. So I'm trying to buy him as much as possible because I think that he is a high-end wide receiver 2 the rest of the way. There, I said it. I think that he's going to be amazing. He's only going to get better as his rookie season goes along. But that is it for the 3 trade targets I'm looking to get in every single fantasy league right now. But as always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn those bell notifications on for new great Football Guys content coming out each and every single day.